welcome to Sprightly Kid, and today I'm going to be painting on these blank outlet covers that I bought at Walmart. So let's go. I'm going to be painting on outlet covers, 4 of them, because I have 4. Also, I'm going to be painting these little screws as well that came in the pack with the outlet covers. So let me get those little screws out. There we go. I realized that before painting on these outlet covers, the surface of it is so smooth, which means that after the paint dries, it's going to peel off, and I don't want that. So I'm going to grab out some sandpaper, and I'm going to sand the outlet covers to rough them up so that the paint will actually stick. Outlet covers are all sanded. I'm going to be painting on these. So starting with this one. So I decided that I want to paint this as a peanut butter and jelly theme. So these are my peanut butter and jelly colored paints. I'm going to paint on the peanut butter and jelly, starting with the peanut butter. So I have a specific plan for all of these outlet covers. So I decided that I should paint them each with a different background color. But for the detail work, I'm going to make them all the same kind of theme. You know what I mean? So I'm painting on the peanut butter. Peanut butter is done. We're gonna let the jelly step in. So now, yep, I'm just painting on the jelly. It doesn't look good for a second, but once I put on the second coat after the paint dries, it'll sort of build up a bit. Peanut butter and jelly outlet cover is drying. I'm gonna move on. So for this next one, I'm gonna be painting it as unicorn theme. So I'm grabbing out my unicorn custom mix colors, and then I'm just gonna put them together. So starting with the blue. Blue is done. I'm gonna move on to the yellow. For now, I'm just gonna put them as stripes, but after I do the second coat, I'm gonna blend these colors together. So, which means for now, I'm not blending. Now that the yellow is done, I'm gonna move on to the pink. What? No. Pink is done. I'm gonna move on to the last color of unicorn, which is purple. So while the unicorn is drying, I'm gonna move on to this next one. I'm gonna paint this as like blending of white, pink, and purple. So I'm gonna get out my white paint. So I'm first gonna put on the white. I mean, this outlet cover is already white, but the shade of white is more muted, and I don't want muted colors, so I'm just gonna put this as a bright white. So white is done. I'm gonna put on my first shade of pink. First shade of pink is done. I'm gonna move on to this second shade of pink. Somehow this pink looks more red than this pink that I'm putting on right now, but that's okay. Now I'm gonna be using the purple. While that one is drying, I'm gonna move on to this last outlet cover. For this one, I'm gonna do something similar to the last cover that I showed you, but instead of doing all shades of pink and purple, I'm gonna be doing shades of green. So for this one, just like that last one, I'm also gonna start by painting the top white. The white part is done. I'm gonna move on to the light green. So I decided that I'm gonna do light green, then medium green, and then dark green. I'm gonna grab out the medium green. The medium green is done. I'm gonna move on to the very dark green. So, you remember this peanut butter and jelly outlet cover? Well, I'm gonna add on the second coat of this. Wow, it looks so much better already while I'm painting on the second coat. Wow. Peanut butter is done, I'm gonna move on to the jelly's second coat. And just like the peanut butter, wow, it's looking so much better already. I like it. I'm gonna let this to dry. I'm also gonna do the second coat on the other outlet covers off camera. Sorry. Now that the base of the peanut butter and jelly outlet cover is done, I'm gonna take my cell phone, and I got this app called mychuvirtualpet, and I'm gonna grab out a pencil and sketch out Chew. Now that I sketched out Chew, I'm gonna start to paint it. So I'm gonna use the jelly color, and I'm gonna paint the jelly chews on the peanut butter area, and then I'll paint the peanut butter chews on the jelly area. So if you don't know what Chew is basically this green blob with a face. You can take care of him, and you can change his look, like customize his body color, his eye color, give him some clothes, stuff like that. So I'm going to be painting all Chews on my outlet covers. So I decided I'll paint Chews on all of my outlet covers. Now that I've done the stripes of the color, I'm gonna be blending these on the unicorn, starting between the yellow and the blue. You remember this unicorn thing? Yeah, well, for this one, I'm gonna be painting bunnies on here, and yes, the bunnies are from the Chew game. So if you're wondering what the bunnies do in the game, what do the bunnies do in the game? Well, bunnies appear in the game, and then you tap on them to collect them. So you basically collect as many as you can to unlock some of the items there. So yeah, I'm painting on bunnies. Plus, the reason why I decided to paint on the bunnies is just because they're cute. By the way, they don't look really pretty right now, but when I add the second coat, it will come together. That I've done 3 coats on the peanut butter and jelly chews, I'm gonna move on to the face. So first, I'm gonna paint on the white thing in the eyes. Now that the eyes of Chew are done, I'm gonna move on to the black smiley mouth. I'll show you the results. Let this to dry. And for this one, I'm gonna be painting on Chews again, but this time this is gonna be the green Chew, just like the regular green Chew is. So now that I put 3 coats on the bunnies, I'm now gonna move on to the face details, starting with the little red cheeks. Now that the cheeks on the bunnies are done, I'm gonna move on to the face. So these bunnies have closed eyes. Let these faces to dry. Now for these Chews, now that the mouth and the eyes are done, I'm gonna move on to the detailing into the eyes. So I decided that for the jelly Chew, I do peanut butter colored eyes, and for the peanut butter Chew, I do jelly colored eyes. I'll show you the finished result. I'm gonna let these to dry. Now that I finish with the bunnies outlet cover, I'm gonna cover it in some Mod Podge to seal it for protection. Let this to dry. I'm gonna be painting on the pupils on the eyes of Chew. I'll show you the result. Let this to dry. Green outlet cover, I feel like it's kind of finished. I feel like it is finished. I don't want to add any detail in here. So, since I thought it's finished, I'm gonna add a clear coat of Mod Podge on here. This one with the peanut butter and jelly chews are done, I'm also gonna coat this in Mod Podge as well. The green chew is done with the body. I'm gonna start by painting on the face, starting with the eye. I did the blending on the background color on some of these off camera. The white circle eyes are done. I'm gonna move on to the smiles. I'm gonna add the eye color on these chews. And unlike the peanut butter and jelly chews, I'm gonna be adding blue eyes, which is the original chew eye color in the game. I'm gonna let this thing to dry, and while that's drying, I'm gonna be painting on the screws that came in the pack with all of these outlet covers. So I'm gonna be so first I'm gonna be painting on this screw, which is the peanut butter color. I'm gonna be painting the rest of the screws off camera, and I'll let you guys know when I'm gonna let the screws to dry. And while the screws are drying, I'm gonna go back to this one, and I'm gonna be painting on the pupils with the black. Let these pupils to dry. Also, these are the screws that I painted. This outlet cover is done. I'm gonna coat it with some Mod Podge. Also, so this is the outlet cover coated in Mod Podge. And now it's time to let it to dry. And while that's drying, I'm also gonna coat the screws in Mod Podge. Let these screws coated in Mod Podge to dry. This is the finished product of the outlet cover. I really like it a lot, and I really think I did put so much time and I did put effort into these. So these are all of the outlet covers. Also, the screws. I lined them up in the rainbow order. So this is the first one. This one is a gradient of shades of greens. I really like it, even though I didn't put a decoration on it. And this is the next one. This is a gradient of pinks and purples, and the design of it has chews on it. Yeah. And this next. What I said earlier, Chew is a green blob with a face. He comes from this game called mychuvirtualpet. What you do there is you take care of Chew. You give him a bath, put him to sleep, feed him, and play with him. Next, outlet cover design. It's also another character from the My Virtual Pet game of Chew. So these are bunnies surrounded by a unicorn color of the outlet cover. So yep, these are bunnies from the Chew game. And this last one is peanut butter and jelly theme. So these are peanut butter and jelly chews. I kind of like how I made the jelly chew with peanut butter eyes and how I made the peanut butter chew with jelly eyes. I really like it. So yeah, these are the screws, and they came in the pack with the outlets. I colored them in the rainbow colors. If you guys enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe to my channel, and remember to be cute and creative. Bye!